Dear trading community, today there's an update video about the AI trading bot for which I've already made 2 videos and shared my experiences with you. And it really works wonderfully. Today we'll go through the results in detail again, because I have everything running on 3 accounts, so 3 sub-accounts, each started with $2,000. Today you'll get the results as of the current moment, but what you see here, all these buy and sell orders, were actually executed fully automatically in the background, in this case on the Bitget exchange. This means that something is simply connected externally, which trades fully automatically on my account, without me having to send my funds anywhere else. And on top of that, it's all completely free because the company behind it just wants a 20% profit share. And you can see here how many trades, for example, have been made just with NIA. But for each account, I have both NIA long and short, as well as 9 other coins. This means I have 3 sub-accounts, each trading 9 coins, and for each of these accounts, the number of trades made looks pretty similar. So as you can see, it really adds up here. To quickly sum up the results, here you can see that since I started with this vehicle on October 31st, there has been a 100% win rate so far. Yes, every single day has been profitable. But before I get to the overall results and how much percentage has been added to my portfolio, feel free to check out my channel. Of course, I'd be happy if you subscribed in case you don't know my channel yet. We have a lot of passive income strategies. A Signal group is also coming soon, but today it's all about the AI trading bot. And I have a playlist where I've really explained everything in detail. There you can see my first video. You can also see that I took a stop loss on one account and it wasn't exactly a small one. But what does it look like today? We'll go through that in detail and you also have a complete tutorial for it. And if you're interested, you'll of course find a link to the trading bot provider in the video description. By the way, for everyone who isn't on Bitget yet, you'll find 2 links in the video description, one for signing up and one for those of you who are already users. Here you can get a $200 spot grid position voucher and a futures position voucher, plus a VIP 1 trial pass for 15 days, which also gives you lower fees. And this works for existing users through my link as well as for new ones. 8 people can still do this month. But now, back to the results. So now I've already set it to October 31st. And you can see here, I started with a $2,000 account and now it's at $2,359. That means the first account achieved a total return of 17.84%. You can see that from this line, which shows what the trading bot did, while the second line here represents Bitcoin. That's just how Bitget displays it. You can also see the current open P&L is $33.90. But even if I scroll down, my asset curve started at $2,000 and has really gone up beautifully here. Also here, if we look, for example, on December 31st, I was still at 16.46% profit. Today it's 17.84. And every day a little bit gets added, which is really nice to see. But what's really crazy is if we go into the trading analysis here and look at it, a 100% win rate, that's a bit insane. And accordingly, a disclaimer if you use this, of course, everything here comes with a risk. We're in trading and the strategy isn't exactly risk-free either, but I explain all of this in my videos that I've already published. Despite everything, this vehicle just keeps generating profits here every day, which is incredible to see. What's also very interesting here is that the funding fees are actually almost completely balanced or nearly balanced in this case because we're both long and short. Of course, we pay for open positions, but for the short positions, we also receive funding fees back. And that's the brilliant thing here, that it's balanced and the funding fees hardly matter at all. You can also see the current coins here. AVAX is currently the best performing coin. ADA has had a very good performance, Uni, NIA, SUI, and then there's a bundle of various other coins being traded. And as you can see, these are small profits. I want to emphasize that as well, but these are added several times a day. This is just a small part. If I scroll further here, you can see that too. That was the 7th. Then we have the 6th of January. When things get really volatile, the positions really take off here as well. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. We haven't found a fixed strategy. What do I mean by we? Just to show you briefly, in my Telegram group, we have a dedicated section for this trading bot now with over 1,500 messages because people are so enthusiastic. For example, here's Jaden who showed what he achieved in 1 month with a $10,000 account. And if we scroll further down here, we actually see an incredible number of messages, right? And people are really sharing endlessly here about the trades, the strategies, how things can be improved and so on. Every language is welcome. By now, we also have a few English speakers in the group, so of course you can simply join via the link in the video description. That was the first account. Now let's move on to the second one. And here we are now with the second account. As you can see, from October 31st to January 9th, and here more than 23% has already been added to the account. And here too, almost every day has been profitable. I think there was a small loss here though. Let's take a look at that. The current open P&L is $82. Total profit is $469. And here you can also see again 23.45%, the asset trend. It's incredible how nicely this one keeps rising. But here too, you can see that trading is happening diligently all the time and new profits are coming in every day. Let's move on to the trading analysis. I need to go back again to October 31st so that we really have it included and can see everything exactly. How many trades, how many positive and negative ones were there? There were 1,519 profitable trades, as you can see here, and a small loss was incurred. The loss was $0.02 compared to the maximum profit of $44.94 with 819 long positions versus 701 short positions. What is the difference here? Why does this one have more positions? That's because I have much more volatile coins in here than in the first account. There, I mostly picked regular coins from the top 30, top 40, but here there's really all sorts of things included. I want to show you that as well. We have quite a few coins here, really a lot. We've got ICP, Chili's, CRV, PP, SNX, Sushi, and yes, APT. These are a few coins that are just very, very volatile. But even here, you can see how much trading has been done, yes. You can also see, for example, how there was an upward trend here, then a sell-off again. And even if I scroll back here, you can see there's just an incredible amount of trading going on, and every market movement is being taken advantage of extremely well, which is really very, very positive to see. Accordingly, the second account is also incredibly good, especially when we see that new profits are being added here every single day. But you can also see that ICP had the best performance here with $95, APT generated $82, Peppy 65, Sushi. Then we also have NOT and a few other coins that generated something together. And in contrast to the previous account, we even earned funding fees here. So we got paid for keeping positions open because apparently the short positions were larger and received more funding fees than the long positions. And as a result, I earned extra from the funding fees here as well. So that's a small advantage compared to the previous account, which is also worth mentioning. Now let's move on to the last account where I also took the bigger stop loss. And I shared that transparently with you, I think in the last or second to last video. Of course, it wasn't so nice, but now I want to show you how much this account has already recovered its profits. And here we are now at the last account, and as you can see, this one currently has an overall performance of minus 1.07%. At the end, I'll also add everything up to show what our total performance has been over the period if I take the average of all the percentages. But this was the only account where I took a stop loss on a coin. Here too, you can see that there are just an incredible number of trades. Now, as a small example, Polkadot, which is being traded here, has opened an incredible number of trades during these brilliant moves. But even aside from that, you can really see there's a lot going on here. And of course, the position history is always great to look at, especially when you see numbers like 40, 30, 29, 23%, and so on. Even if they're just small positions, it all happens fully automatically in the background. What it also did quite well is that in the last 30 days, it made almost 6% profit. You can see that the bot did cost a bit more after all. The good thing is, Cointech, the bot provider, actually refunded me 20% of the loss I just suffered, which I thought was really great. Why did I get that? Because I followed their rules. I stuck to the AI settings. I didn't change anything. I did everything exactly as they instructed, and accordingly, they're willing to refund 20% if a stop loss is triggered and your account goes into the negative. Because I don't even know if I mentioned it at the beginning, the trading bot is free. You just have to give up 20% as a profit share. Yeah, that's how it looked. Total P&L is now 21.55. We had about $181 in profit, and then unfortunately it went into the negative, and at one point it was, as you can see here, minus 8.76%. That means in the last 1 month and 9 days, it has recovered almost 8% in profit, which is really, really good again. And you can also see that here in the asset trend. We had a crash. That's also what you see in the settings of the trading bot. What would be a stop loss if it happens? How big would it be if you allow it like that? And now it's just building up again. But what does the overall result look like now? So now I have the data for the overall result. I had to quickly calculate that. We have one account with a profit of 17.84%, the second account with a profit of 23.45%, and then we have one account that's slightly in the red with a loss of 1.07%. That makes for an overall performance of 13.41% in just over 2 months, which I personally find really, really amazing. We have many people in the community who haven't even hit a stop loss yet, which isn't usually the norm. We've already seen that because the founder showed his $500,000 account and demonstrated that stop losses do happen from time to time. But overall, looking at the long term, we saw an incredibly good equity curve that just kept going up. And along the way, I think it only hit a stop loss twice. For me personally, having this running in the background, I can see that he's trading all of this fully automatically. Not just one coin, but you can see ZRO, Injective, Sand, 1 inch, Injective again, DOT, and these are all profits that keep coming in one after another without me having to do anything. I really don't check it very often either. I only do this exactly twice a month. Once in the middle of the month when I make an update video, and then again at the end of the month. This time it took a little longer, but for me, it's really amazing to see. To wrap things up, I'll show you the videos, or rather the playlist here again in case you're really interested. Check it out. Of course, I'd be happy if you use the link in my video description. Then I get a little something from the providers. And feel free to join the Telegram group where we exchange ideas with each other. You can ask any questions there. The community is super helpful. And we'll see each other again next time. Bye bye.